Welcome to episode 14 of the Predator Chronicles. I am your host, Mr. GG, and yes, I will be commentating and making jokes through the episode. So for the guys in the comments like, why don't you just shut the fuck up and play the episode, you fat-faced ugly cunt? I'm not gonna do that because guess what? If I do that, this video gets taken down. So the funny thing about this is, you need me. You need people like me.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
When the pedos come a-knockin', there's only two men who can stop them. Starring pedo slayer Chris Hansen and your host, Mr. GG. These are the Predator Chronicles.
The following is an MSNBC special presentation.
Please don't copyright claim me. I figured I'd give some context to this investigation before I start. This is the third investigation in the series, and the first one where police teamed up to be able to arrest the predators on site. 50 men were convicted. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the most potential predators caught in any investigation. And that was only in 3 days. 72 hours. So this is gonna be like a rapid fire episode. Our first predator in line is Walter Edward Babst.
This decoy, screen named Bubble Beth 2005, has a picture in her profile of a Dateline staffer taken when she was 12. Here's a man who's seen her picture and her age, but wastes no time before talking dirty.
Yes, I do want to come over. Why? Would love to get you naked.
I'm so glad they changed the fucking voice actors. This is horrible. Sounds like the shitty Hansen vs. Predator guy.
Come live with me, LOL. You're kidding, right? No, LOL.
This is gonna sound stupid, but this juxtaposition is kinda eye-opening. Like, how do you see this and get turned on? This is the embodiment of innocence. Braces, Judy Blume haircut, a fucking Santa hat. Back the fuck off, Flanders.
And as for you, I don't know you, but I'm sure you're a jerk. Hey, I've only been here a few minutes. What's going on? You ugly, hate-filled man.
Hey, I may be ugly and hate-filled, but what was the third thing you said?
A married man with children.
Pretty good. I'm under arrest. Wait, have a seat. What are you doing here? Getting my ass kicked. Getting your ass kicked? Yeah.
Ooh, I see somebody used a little just for men today.
I need you to just arrest me and take me to jail and execute me.
I need to talk to you first. Well, why did you come here, though? Help me to understand.
Because I'm a sick son of a bitch. I've never done anything with anybody except my wife. Ever.
Gay?
I've never done anything with anybody except my wife. Ever.
Never.
Ever.
Never. Ever.
Never. Ever. Ever.
Is that I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on computer predators.
I don't exactly get why Walter's so upset. I mean, you wanted to get executed, didn't you? You wanted to fucking die, right? Walter actually got bailed out and then went back to teaching, which I don't know how the fuck anybody in the operation, police allowed that, because I'm guessing the school didn't know, that's why.
He has looked at my butt or looked down our shirt.
Because I'm a sick son of a bitch.
Can we talk about the theme song from this investigation? The outro music sounds like it's straight out of Sub-Zero Mythologies.
To Catch a Predator 3 continues in a moment.
And they switch it, and the intro sounds like a fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle boss battle. It's not fitting at all. Our next predator is Scott Smith.
He brags that his genitals are pierced 3 times. Here comes Uncommon Sense 2, the man with the pierced privates.
Wait at the counter for a second.
He's 39-year-old Scott Smith, who's in the moving business.
Are we still on for a massage?
Unbelievably, he was—
What the fuck? Why did you hide that?
Why don't you have a seat on that stool right over there for me?
Did you send her any pictures?
I didn't send her any other than what was on my little window.
What kind of pictures?
My face.
His face and something else.
What
pictures
else?
of my penis.
Pictures of your penis.
Well, not necessarily my penis, but yeah, pictures of penises, yeah.
So were you just sending her a bunch of dicks for sport? Or were you ashamed of your own dick, so you sent her another one that looked better? Which would also mean you would have to search pierced dicks? Seems like a lot of work. Our next predator in line is Jerry Griffith.
Now, our decoy asked him if he'd bring a present. He says, "You got any ideas?" She types back, "I like pie."
Just sit at the counter for a second? Okay. What'd you bring me?
White apple pie.
This guy's like a walking contradiction. He's wearing a fucking Hawaiian shirt with a sweater.
We have quite the shopping bag full of stuff there, huh?
How's it going?
Good. Why don't you have a seat right on that stool there?
Okay.
What else did you bring?
I brought some combs.
I brought some Tums, just in case you get a tummy ache with all that pie. That's so caring and weird. That's worse. It sounds like it's from fucking battle tanks.
And Riverside County Deputy District...
I'm, sorry, Lori. I found someone else. Our next predator in line is
Up next, some of their excuses may shock you too.
I'm only a one-lady person. I try to be. I'm only a one-lady person. I try to be.
Our next predator in line is Chris Moore, screen name
Sea Beach Dude describes in detail his plans for sex with the boy in the shower.
Just hang up at the counter for a second, okay?
Okay.
So I know I showered once. Did you still want to shower again?
Well, I'm kind of stinky.
For fuck's sake. Have these guys ever had human interaction? Who says that?
Well, I'm kind of stinky.
Stinky? Shut up.
What did I say?
What's up?
Hi, how are you?
It becomes a tearful performance for an actor who says he's played many roles.
I work in background movies.
And what do you do for movies and television?
Backgrounds.
And what do you do for movies and television?
Well, I'm kind of stinky.
So this guy's an actor, by the way, and he's done background and stand-in work for Never Been Kissed, Pearl Harbor, Godzilla. I couldn't find him on IMDb, so I went to go watch Pearl Harbor, and I actually fucking saw him. He's only there for a little bit, so it's so easy to miss him. Our next predator in line is Stephen Coates.
He works in the biotech industry and is a songwriter on the side. He even has a website where he sells his work. Sometimes people just do anal sex first. Then you're still a virgin.
Is that a fact?
Hold on at the kitchen counter for a second. I gotta finish brushing my teeth.
Okay.
What's in the bag?
Oh, nothing really.
Wait a second, he can't see her, right? Why isn't he freaking out that she knows he was reaching in his pocket? I mean, I guess I don't technically know the setup, but the way this guy's looking, it's like he doesn't really have a specific place to look at. I don't even get why you're tugging at this like it's a gun. All it is a CD of your music, which is really obnoxious, by the way. Like, hey, this statutory rape could use a slow jam. I feel like this guy's just full of himself. Like, the whole time during sex, he's just like, I actually wrote this melody years before the Beatles did. You see, the reason I call this song Pearls on Two Strings is to showcase how delicate our happiness really is. Yeah, I'm sorry, do you mind just quieting down a little bit? This is the best part.
Good evening, how are you?
Oh, okay.
Why don't you have a seat on the stool there, please?
Okay.
And soon...
Thanks to the Temple of TCAP, I was able to find Steven's music online. He is now under the stage name of Steven GC. He has classics such as Always Be Young, Party Inside, Seen Too Much, and Thought Crime, which is actually reflective of his arrest on To Catch a Predator. Just the fact that he called it Thought Crime makes me think that he thinks that he did nothing wrong.
13-year-old virgin that they should try oral sex first.
There's nothing I can do.
Oh yeah, I can't leave this here. Might burn down the house.
Just let me go, please.
Yeah.
Please let me go.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious. I'm just...
I'll tell you what.
I've never done such a thing in my life. I never want to do it again. I just want to go, okay?
Since you're the first person to say that today, we'll let you go.
Our next predator in line is Daniel Pulido, and there's nothing funny about him. Our next predator in line is South Bay Guy 310, also known as Keith Williams. Funny thing about South Bay Guy 310, his screen name is basically the equivalent of Long Beach Dude 19. And like Long Beach Dude 19, they're both fucking brain dead, absent of logic, void of common sense, fucking stupid. If you don't remember, Long Beach Dude walked up to the house and heard a walkie-talkie go off. He became paranoid and drove away, and drove right back to the Sting house. Then he got tased. Now, South Bay Guy drives past the house and sees a predator being arrested. So he calls Del like, hey, what's going on out there? And Del says, my neighbor's always dealing heroin to the 8th graders in the neighborhood, so they finally caught him. Sick bastard. How could you do something like that to children? Well, let me pull a Yui so then you can suck me. And he comes back to the house. Amazing. Fucking amazing. Oh yeah, let me also mention that Perverted Justice already had one of this guy's chats on the website.
32-year-old Keith Williams. He's got the alcohol and the camera.
Come here. Ah, stop. What are you doing? You're just gonna fucking spread the syphilis everywhere. Most people would assume itchy cock, but I really believe he's fluffing himself before the decoy. Which I can't blame him. I mean, I know those feels.
He doesn't seem all that surprised to see me.
You know what?
I know.
Sit down, please. Please sit down. Relax.
Actually, I'm not relaxed. I'm not going to give an interview.
Keith is actually great because not only does he give an interview, an extensive one at that, but then he says, I prefer not to be on camera. And look, doesn't move a muscle. Thinks he's at the fucking Emmys. What the fuck is with this music? This one sounds like it's straight out of fucking Midnight Club. And if you know the game and the soundtrack, you know I fucking nailed that comparison, by the way. So you remember how I said this is gonna be a rapid fire episode with all the predators? This is why. Pretty much all at once, there's a predator pulling up in his car. There's another predator walking up to the house. And there's another predator parked over here. Pedopalooza. It gets so bad that the sergeant actually runs out of investigators on site because they're all fucking taking these predators to the station. So what he ends up doing is he ends up just fucking throwing the guys in the mobile home that they're stationed in. Oh, and by the way, Sergeant, if you need any help.
I'm Lieutenant.
And now it is time for the legendary Sebastian Rodriguez with the tag-along predator. This whole interview is just a kid lying through his teeth. I mean, this guy is such a fucking lazy liar.
So what are you guys up to? And what did your buddy Sebastian here tell you about what was going to go on here tonight?
Sebastian also brought condoms and Mike's Hard Lemonade, just what the decoy asked for.
You guys were clearly planning on boozing up a middle schooler and going to town. That's why you bought a six-pack, you cheap fuck. I mean, you guys have to realize, when someone brings a six-pack of Mike's or Smirnoff, that is just for the decoy. Unlike someone like Alonzo Wade, who brought the girl options and also his own booze. He really did come there to party. This isn't a party.
But why would you bring this stuff,
Sebastian?
Sir. How does that look?
I know, sir. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry, sir.
I'm so hungry.
You're a terrible liar, and it looks like there's a fucking crow on your head. And I might be crazy, but I hear them snickering while they leave the Sting house. So fuck them.
On day 2, 21 men show up at our house.
Hey, it's like Predator Bingo. M4 Pixeline. Bingo! Our next predator in line is Christopher Urban. Screen name Six Pack So Cali.
Get towels right over here. You came to see Kelly?
Yeah.
And how old is Kelly?
Kelly's way too young for me.
Then why did you come here, Chris?
I came here to tell her that, actually.
To tell her that she was way too young?
Actually, I did, yeah.
He also turned on his webcam and sent photos of himself naked.
Did you transmit this photograph?
Oh my.
Were you just impressed by your own cock?
I didn't know I sent that one.
Oh shit. I thought I sent her a meme. I didn't know I sent her my dick, dude. Why did she reply LOL?
I'm sorry. You're right. I know, I wasn't thinking. And that's what, even coming down here, I mean, look at me. I didn't even take a shower. If I was coming to do something like that, I would have taken a shower,
That makes you more disgusting, you prick. I like how he put all his eggs into that excuse. He starts getting all dramatic, like, trust me, man. If I was gonna do this, dude, I would have showered, okay? I would have showered. Like, I haven't wiped my ass for days, so clearly, I would have never fucked her.
I mean, that's the first thing you do. I mean, look at me. I'm so dirty, like...
I know. Well, I tell you what's dirty is this conversation you had.
Yeah, I know.
Our next predator is Inderjeet Singh. Here's a shocker. This guy's 23.
You can talk. You can converse, but it doesn't mean I'm going to do it, right? Unless I do it. Unless you catch me on point doing it, of course.
So you say I would have to catch you having sex with a 13-year-old girl before you could get in trouble?
Before you can put me against the law. That it is against the law. Yeah.
So you're a lawyer?
I'm not a lawyer.
Oh. Well, you sound pretty familiar with the law.
Well, I'm pretty much into academics, so.
You're into academics. Well, let me correct you a little bit on how the law works.
Chris already looks for the slam dunk in every interview. This is like you putting a trampoline in front of the basket.
It doesn't mean I'm going to do it, right? I haven't done any other crime in past. I'm very clean.
This is the first time?
Yes.
Okay.
Please believe me.
Please believe me! Our final predator is Charles Harding. Screen name Hard Chuck 1.
He's 65-year-old Charles Harding.
Hey Chuck, where are you from?
Based on his reaction,
Hey, how are you? Okay.
I'm about the last person he's expecting to see.
I have a place that I have for sale. So.
Oh, you're selling a house.
I see. He was interested.
How can a 13-year-old boy be fit to have sex with a 65-year-old man? Don't you see an issue there?
Well, I see nothing wrong with cuddling and caressing.
Chuck, no. Chuck, no.
Then he talks about a book he reads that fills him with fantasies.
It deals with younger, older, father, son.
Father, son?
Is this just like a medley of old video games? I don't even know on that one. Like Space Pinball.
You drove by this house and saw police out front.
Yeah.
Yet you walked in here anyway.
Bored, like I told you.
Bored?
Well, what I'm going to tell you is that I'm never going to do this again on everything I love in life.
Does that include little girls? Roasted. And that is actually going to be the end of episode 14 of the Predator Chronicles. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe because I have more content coming your way, and I'm running a little special promotion today. On my Patreon, I've uploaded 2 patron-only videos on there that aren't on my YouTube. As soon as this episode is live, I will be posting a behind-the-scenes extra content kind of thing to my Patreon as well. You don't need to donate, but if you go over to my Patreon, all my posts will be public for the next 24 hours once this episode goes live. Meaning you'll be able to watch the behind the scenes and extra content of this episode, as well as my other 2 videos that I never uploaded on my channel. So if you feel like you need a little bit more after this episode, head over to my Patreon. The link is in the description. There will also be one of those little clickable things at the end of the video. And also shout out to my new patron, Shane Koken. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it very much. Now, I don't have a paddle mix this episode, but I felt like this was relevant and also pretty fucking dope. Now, we did not get to this guy in the first half of the investigation, Jean-Pierre Wary, but he has been brought up recently because Joey's TCAP channel actually got his chat log. What Joey did is he got a bunch of people from the community to read lines from the chat log, and the cherry on top was that Hiss Cranston made a fucking remix of the people reading the chat log. It was fucking great. So I'm gonna play a portion of the mix, but I'll link off to the full video at the end of this video. Also, his shit will be in the description and all that shit. You know how YouTubers work. So definitely check out the full mix and tell him that I sent you, all right? Be like, yo, Mr. Gigi said to check out your shit, and that's what I'm doing. Lol. As always, I am your host, Mr. Gigi, the pedo slayer Chris Hansen. We will see you in the next investigation. Okay, I know I'm bombarding you guys with shit at the end of this episode, but that's because I had this in the works for way too fucking long because I was busy with a bunch of shit. But I am launching a Teespring campaign also as soon as this episode airs for this shirt that you will see right here, the Why Don't You Have a Seat shirt. So if you guys want a dope t-shirt, want to help support the channel, the series, go check it out at teespring.com/MrGG. There will be a link in the description for that as well, and also at the end of the video. Thank you guys for all the recent support. The fucking subscribers have been booming, the interaction has been booming. Go check out the behind the scenes, all this shit. I wanna have sex. I wanna have sex. Have sex.
Get me busted.
I wanna have sex. Have sex.
Get me busted.
Have sex. I wanna have sex. I wanna have sex. I wanna have sex.
Get me busted.
Have sex.
Fire at the last place. Well.